Hello, my name is Arbender Robinson, Broadway performer. I've been on Broadway for the last 17 years in wonderful shows, including Hairspray, Hair, Little Mermaid, Ragtime, Disney's The Lion King, and many more. And I was asked to share my views or my thoughts on the climate crisis. And I will say that the Broadway community is really big on standing up for causes and fighting and advocating for people and things. And the climate crisis is not really one of the platforms that I actively fight for, but I did make a choice years ago to do my part to not be part of the problem. If I'm not going to be part of the solution, how can I not be part of the problem? I did use incentives to get solar panels put on my house so I'm not using as much energy. I did change fixtures in my bathrooms to make sure that I'm not using too much water. I do try and grow some edibles myself and plant flowers to help pollinators and things like that, and not contribute to that issue. I also realized that waste dumps end up in towns and communities and in places that some people consider less desirable, and the people that live there may not have the money or the resources or access to the things and tools that they need to get laws changed and prevent these dumps from being put in their backyard. So I chose to reduce the amount of waste that I'm doing, just so I'm actively not part of the problem. And I also realize that there are so many things that we attribute to climate change that we don't necessarily see. I've never really seen the effects of drought. I've never really seen the effects of climate change. I've never really seen the effects of famine. But when I look and I research other organizations that I do champion for, I realize that the people that are impacted most by climate change issues, whether you believe it or not, right? The people that are being impacted most by something are the people that statistically contribute the least to whatever this problem is, right? So, I decided years ago to make little tiny changes so that I'm not part of the problem until I get to a point where I can actively fight and champion to become part of the solution. And one of the platforms that I do stand up for is really the protection and giving resources and opportunities and a voice to those people that may not have as much money as someone else, or in my opinion, are people of color. And those are the communities that I champion for because that's my community.